Hello and welcome. As an AI expert in modern hospitality, I'm thrilled to guide the students of Europe Hotel School on this learning journey. Great service is the heart of our industry, but to really lead, you've got to understand the numbers. So today, we're diving deep into one of the most fundamental skills for any hotel manager, budgeting. Let's get right into it.
So we're going to be building the foundation for your financial success. Now, when I say budgeting, I want you to just forget any idea of a restrictive, boring document. That's not what this is. Instead, I want you to think of a budget as the master blueprint for your hotel. It is the detailed plan that guides every single decision, from staffing the front desk today all the way to planning a major renovation 5 years from now.
Every great building starts with a master plan. Well, for a hotel, that master plan is what we call the operating budget. And this isn't just some list of numbers. It is the single most important document for understanding the financial health and the strategic direction of the entire property, all at a glance.
So what is it exactly? Well, the operating budget is basically a forecast. It's looking forward. It projects all the money you expect to come in, revenue from rooms, the restaurant, conference bookings, and all the money you expect to go out, things like salaries, food costs, marketing. It maps this all out for an entire year, and it really becomes the hotel's primary financial roadmap. I absolutely love this quote from the Europe Hotel School London. They call the budget the financial expression of the hotel's business plan. And that just nails it, doesn't it? It tells you that this document isn't just about accounting. It's about translating the hotel's entire mission and strategy into the universal language of finance. All right, so if the operating budget is the master blueprint for the whole hotel, how do we actually manage each individual area? Well, that's where departmental budgets come into play. Let's zoom in from that big picture and see how this actually works on the ground floor.
Okay, this is where the plan gets real. Each department manager, from food and beverage to housekeeping, gets their own specific budget, and this creates a really powerful sense of ownership. It basically makes them the CEO of their own little part of the hotel. The housekeeping manager isn't just managing cleaning schedules anymore. Now they're managing labor costs and supply expenses to hit a very specific target. It is all about accountability.
And you can see exactly how this works in practice, right? The rooms department, their budget is focused on hitting occupancy targets while managing staffing costs. The food and beverage team, well, they're budgeting for menu costs against their restaurant sales goals. Every single department has its own puzzle to solve, and the trick is they all have to fit together perfectly.
So far, we've pretty much covered the day-to-day operations. But let's be honest, the best hotels are always thinking about tomorrow. And that brings us to our next blueprint, the capital budget. This one is all about building for the future.
Now, the capital budget, it's a different beast entirely. It doesn't deal with the daily expenses, it's all about the big-ticket items. We're talking major guest room renovations, brand new kitchen equipment, maybe a complete overhaul of the hotel's Wi-Fi. These are those crucial investments that keep a property modern and, most importantly, competitive.
So, the distinction here is crystal clear. The operating budget is short-term, right? It's managing the daily flow of business. The capital budget, on the other hand, is long-term. It's focused on those major investments that are going to deliver value for years to come. You absolutely need both to succeed, but they serve very different purposes.
Okay, so we've got a plan for today and a vision for the future. But guess what? None of it matters if the hotel runs out of its most essential resource, cash. This brings us to our final, and you could argue, most critical blueprint of all, the cash budget. And this is such a crucial lesson in business. A hotel can be profitable on paper, but still go bankrupt if it can't pay its bills. It happens. That's why the cash budget is so incredibly vital. It's not about profit. It's about the actual real-time flow of money in and out of the bank. It's about making sure the hotel always has the cash on hand to pay its staff and its suppliers. And this is especially true in our industry. Hospitality is, by its very nature, often seasonal. Think about it. A beach resort might make almost all its money in the summer but still has bills to pay all through the winter. A cash budget is the tool that helps managers navigate those peaks and valleys, making sure there's always enough cash to keep the lights on.
Now, it's really easy to think of these as 4 separate documents, but in reality, they're all part of one interconnected system. A decision you make in one budget will immediately send ripples through all the others. Let's take a look at how that works.
Here's how it all connects. It starts with that main operating budget, which sets the big annual goals. Then, you've got the departments executing that plan day to day. But then, a capital project, let's say a big spa renovation, gets approved. That investment is going to change your future operating costs. Maybe you're hiring more therapists now,
And of course, every single one of these actions, from paying salaries to buying new equipment, directly impacts your cash flow. It's all a cycle.
And you know, this might be the most important takeaway of all. Budgets are not carved in stone. They are living, breathing documents. When a new competitor opens up down the street or a global event changes travel patterns overnight, these blueprints have to be updated. Great financial management isn't about creating one perfect plan, it's about constantly adapting that plan to reality.
So there you have it, the 4 essential blueprints of hotel finance. From the master operating budget all the way down to the critical cash budget, each one is a vital tool for building a successful operation. You have the plans now. The only question is, which part are you going to master first?